Sir Andrew Delke and Daniel Hambrick crossed paths for the first time on July 26, 2018. But only one of these men would walk away alive. The fatal encounter began on the streets of North Nashville. Officer Delke was on patrol, searching for a stolen vehicle. At some point, while Hambrick pulled inside an apartment complex and took off, allegedly armed with a gun, surveillance video shows the men, both 25 years old at the time, in a full sprint. They round a corner, and then you see Officer Delke stop, plant his feet, and fire at Hambrick as he runs away. Hambrick falls and never gets back up. According to reports, Hambrick was hit 3 times, twice in the back and once in the back of the head.
And I don't need judgment either. That's not my role.
City officials forced to respond as community outcry intensified.
My role is to make sure that on the front end, we are doing the absolute best we can as a community when it comes to policing.
The district attorney releasing video of the shooting, hoping its bid to be transparent will build trust with the Black community.
The police officer fired 4 times. 3 of those bullets ripped Daniel apart.
But the move is a little solace for Hambrick's grieving family.
My daughter is now thinking that the police is the enemy.
According to a warrant, Officer Delke said he saw Hambrick holding a gun and that Hambrick didn't comply with verbal commands. Despite his claims, prosecutors filed charges shortly after the release of the video. Hambrick's family faced Delke during a pretrial hearing. Defense attorneys suggesting Delke was simply following police practice from the moment he squared his feet and pulled the trigger.
He's doing what he's taught to do, that this is the most serious thing the police do, and if they have to use deadly force, they want to hit what they're aiming at.
But the prosecution countered, questioning the witness about Delke's decision to use deadly force.
You're in agreement with me that that was his decision to make at that point, that was the decision that he made.
And I'm in agreement he made the decision because the subject had a gun in his hand and wouldn't follow directions to put it down and was possibly threatening people in the area and Officer Delke.
The judge ruled the case should go to a grand jury.
Mr. Delke, is there anything you want to say to the family?
And in January 2019, Officer Andrew Delke was indicted for first-degree murder.
Her son is gone for no reason. No reason. He's gone because Officer Delke.
The Fraternal Order of Police is standing by Delke, saying the prosecution is politically motivated and could lead to officers second-guessing themselves in life or death situations.
Is it worth putting everything that we have on the line when we know that our city's not going to support us when we're right? And absolutely, I think the question is no, it's not.
The biggest question since the indictment is who should hear Delke's case.
The hearts and minds of Davidson County residents have solidified into 2 intractable camps.
To support its motion to move the trial out of the county, the defense conducted polling that shows many residents have already made up their minds about the case. Results showing an even split between guilt and innocence.
The Davidson County jury is unlikely to provide the fair trial guaranteed to Officer Delke by the Constitution.
A change of venue is not warranted because there are fair and impartial jurors in Davidson County, Tennessee.
The court agreed with the state, so the trial won't be moved. But Tennessee has postponed all jury trials until July due to COVID-19. For now, Officer Andrew Delke remains decommissioned, free on bond, and facing the possibility of life behind bars if he's convicted.
Okay, again, that surveillance video there, and then again, that's a series of cameras, and there's cameras everywhere now, so we actually get to see what's happening. Let's bring Julie Grant in. Julie, let me start with you. And tonight we're seeing some really difficult videos to watch, but they are important, they are evidence, and in this case, appears to be the basis of the charges here.
Right, Vinny. This piece of evidence is going to be key. And we know every single case is different. All of the facts are different. You're never going to see 2 cases exactly alike. And here what's going to be key is the deadly force. Was this deadly force justifiable? And a couple of problems I see just analyzing this video. We're seeing Daniel Hambrick running away. At no point in this video does he turn around and face Officer Andrew Delke. Yes, the prosecution, as we understand it, has agreed that he was armed. Yes, there was a gun recovered at the scene. But the question for this jury is, did Officer Delke have the right to shoot him? And a lot goes into deadly force. I mean, essentially what it boils down to is there has to be a reason to be stopping an individual, whether they're going to try to harm someone else, serious bodily injury or death to someone in the public, or serious bodily injury or death to the officer. And you have to couple that as well with someone being a fleeing felon, the officer knowing that this felony was committed, and then also couple that with police commands to stop and put down the weapon. So a lot goes in to what is required in order for deadly force to be used. And here we see he didn't deploy a taser. As far as we know, he didn't call for backup. A lot of things could have been done, stopping, calling for backup, bring in a canine unit, perhaps someone to track down this individual. But I think, Vinny, we need a lot more information as to what was going on prior to this encounter. As far as we know, Officer Andrew Delke was looking for a stolen vehicle. And then we have this killing.
All starts as a stolen vehicle. Unbelievable. Well, we're tracking this trial. Julie Grant, thank you so much.
Thank you.
When we come back.